week I did a currently reading video and you guys seem to really like that. So I'm going to do another one because it's been a busy week of reading for me, and I have actually finished a bunch of books and have started reading other ones, and I just got some new books at Target the other day. So let's just go through them. Every time you leave me, the quicker these tears dry. Every time you walk, I promise I love you. Okay, so if you watched last week's video, you know that I started reading a book, a Kindle book called The Day She Cried. It is by Webster. It's right here. Also, if you follow me on Goodreads, you know what I'm reading all the time. I am on there. I don't remember my name. She Cried was so good. Like, I think you're really supposed to go into it not knowing much about it, because I was really confused at first, honestly, because I thought it was going to be one thing and it ended up being like something totally different. But I'm going to read you what the blurb is. Okay. The Day She Cried, Webster, says, "She was my first love, she was my first hate. The very sun in my world tried to burn me alive with her lies and cruelty, until I dimmed her light for good, or so I thought. Now she's back, cracked, broken, lost. And for the first time in a long time, I feel free. Free from our past, free from our present that suffocates me, free to destroy her future. Her misery is my music, thrilling, invigorating, intoxicating. For so long, all I've done is hate her. So why do I love her?" Like, I mean, come on. You know that sounds good. I kind of always love books that start out with like a hate to love kind of thing. I don't know why I'm into that, but guilty pleasure, that's what I always will go towards books like that. And that one is just so, it's just with your head, but in like a good way. And you want to hate these characters, but then at the same time you just kind of can't, because they're just like so real, like damaged and bad. But I think I read somewhere else that reviewers are saying that they don't want to give too much away about that book beforehand, which I understand, because I think going in with it, only having read that, made me like continue to read, because I was like, what the crap am I reading? And then as it started to fall into place, I was like, oh, wow, okay. I'm telling you, it's like a little taboo, but it's so good. So that's Webster's The Day She Cried. Alright, also if you if you watched last week, you saw that I am currently reading the Lux series, which is actually kind of older. I think it came out like around the same time as Twilight, but it's so good. I was on the second book last weekend, and now I'm on the third, which is Opal, and this series is by Jennifer L. Armentrout, which is super good. I love how witty the characters are. They're so like sassy, and I just love them. And I don't think I mentioned it in the last video because I'm a doofus, but I mentioned that it gets compared to Twilight a lot, which it has similar vibes in the first book mainly only. But this book is not about vampires. I don't know if I said that. This is aliens. They are badass, cool, sexy aliens. This is a teen book. It is fine. Any age, I think, would be cool with this, unlike some of my other ones, like that last one. Don't read that unless you're like 18 or older. Maybe even older. If my mom probably still wouldn't let me read that now, and I'm 25, so. This series is so good. I'm trying to like slow down so that I don't finish it too fast, because I really like it. I really love Damon. He's so sweet, but so bad at the same time. And I kind of like that he doesn't change. He can't stand books where the guy starts out kind of like a butthole, and then once he finally admits that he likes the girl, he's like this happy, lovey person that's so sweet all the time. Because that just doesn't feel real. I like that he stays being kind of a jerk, but he's like a jerk that you love. Okay, so that's the Lux series. Still working through these. I think there's 5. So by next weekend, maybe I'll be done with this one too. I've only read one day into this. So I'm only on page 63 with my fan-made Roses for Rachel bookmark that I love so much. Almost spilled my drink. So another book that I forgot to mention in last week's video that I have actually been reading, but it's my Audible book, which I guess is why I forgot about it. But I'm also reading the 3 Dark Crowns series. I think that's what it's called. That's the first book. I'm on One Dark Throne right now. I am about 80-something% done. I have like an hour left, so I'm almost finished with it, and I slowed down on it because I wasn't ready for it to be done, because I think the next one doesn't come out for like a whole other year, and it's super good. But if you've not heard about this series, you should really check it out. It's about 3 sisters who, well, triplets, and they're all queens, and one of them has to kill, well, not one of them, one has to kill both of the other 2 in order to become the actual queen in this this land that they live in that's super dark and like vicious, and everyone's like, yeah, just kill your sister, just do it, 'cause she'll be the queen. And some of them are like, okay, yeah, let's just kill each other, and the couple of them are like, no, I don't want to kill my sister, she's my sister. But it's really, really good, and I'm awful at describing things, I promise you. I won't talk you into reading anything because I'm bad at it, but those books, I really have enjoyed them. And I don't typically read third person, like if it's written in third person, I have a hard time getting into it. But this series is written in third person, and I've really followed it well. It's just so well written that it's really easy to just like completely get lost in what you're reading, or in my case listening to, because it's an audible book. I think that a lot of my younger readers that I have would actually really enjoy this series, because it's right up y'all's alley, so you should definitely check it out if you have not heard of it. It's really quite good. Okay, so another book that I'm currently reading, I'm actually reading the Kindle edition because I could not wait 3 days for the actual book to come. So I went ahead and spent the $4.99 on the Kindle, but it's so good. It's called Hollywood Dirt, and it's by Alessandra Torre, or Torre, I don't know, it's Torre. It's fantastic. It's set in Georgia, so it's like super southern, and I'm from Alabama, and although people say I have an accent, I don't really hear it that much. But these people are like straight up like Southern belles, small town, like such like a feel-good like kind of place. And I actually stumbled upon this because I found the movie over the weekend, and I did not know it was a book when I started watching the movie. But I'm like halfway through this movie, and I'm like, why does this feel like this should be a book? Like, I got curious right there at the end of the movie and Googled it. It's a freaking book, of course. And now I'm mad at myself because I've seen the movie before I read the book, which I really like to do the other way around. But, oh my god, y'all, it's so good. The book is even fantastic because I was a little nervous going into it since I'd already watched the movie. I was like, I don't know if I would enjoy the book after going backtracking it like that. But it's so much more, and you get so much more insight into like what they were thinking. But basically it's about a small town girl. Her name is Summer Jenkins, and she's like sick of her town. She wants to leave. She's kind of like the black sheep of the community, and she gets this break to be in this movie when she just happens to meet the star, whose name is Cole. I should remember his last name, but I don't. But his name's Cole, and he's coming to town because they're shooting the movie there, and he's like instantly likes her because she's so fiery, and he's just going through a divorce right now, and he's like all heartbroken, but she's like doesn't give a crap who he is, and she doesn't take his crap from him, and she's awesome, and I love her, and it's just so cute, and their romance is adorable. And again, it's one of those like from hate to love kind of thing, but the movie was so good, and the writing is so fantastic. Like, I feel like I'm there. I can like hear the southernness out of everything. It feels real. It's not like it doesn't feel phony or fake when it's talking about the southern stuff. And as an Alabama girl myself, I think that matters. Like, you can feel when someone's faking it, and the writing, it doesn't feel fake. It literally feels like someone up the street from here could have been writing this. And I kind of just love that about it. But again, it is called Hollywood Dirt. If you want to watch the movie, I can't remember what it's on, but if you Google it, Hollywood Dirt by Alessandra Torre, it's so, so good. And I've already watched it 3 times, and I just watched it yesterday. Like, I found it like late Friday night and watched it, and then watched it again, and then watched it again yesterday. So good. I swear. And y'all, the book. Woo! I'm loving that. So that's something else I'm currently reading. Alright, so that is 4 books. One that I just finished being The Day She Cried, and then the 3 that I'm currently reading that are One Dark Throne, this Opal in the Lux series, and Hollywood Dirt. So those are the books that I'm currently reading right now. And then I also made a Target run yesterday. Shouldn't have done it because it didn't have the money to spend, but they were on sale. So I got 2 new books that I'm really excited about. Yes, they were 20% off, which is fantastic. This one I've been wanting to get for a while anyway because it's up for like words on Goodreads, and I've heard a lot of really good things about it. And it is All the Bright Places by Jennifer Niven, something like that. I'm just going to read it to you because that's what I'm good at. It says, Theodore Finch is fascinated by death. Every day he thinks of ways he might die, but every day he also searches for and manages to find something to keep him alive and to keep him here and alive and awake. Violet Markey lives for the future, counting the days until graduation when she can escape her small Indiana town and her aching grief in the wake of her sister's death. When Finch and Violet meet on the ledge of the bell tower at school, 6 stories above the ground, it's unclear who saves whom, but soon it's only with Violet that Finch can be himself, and it's only with Finch that Violet forgets to count the days and starts living them. But as Violet's world grows, Finch's begins to shrink. So it sounds like it's going to be one of those, like, maybe not coming of age, but like a good, something that every teenager should read, and it's the story of a boy called Finch and a girl named Violet. Soon to be a motion picture also. But it sounds like it's going to be one of those that's going to like break my heart a little bit. But one of those that you're kind of like, you don't mind if it breaks your heart a little bit. So that I picked up. I'm excited about reading that. I will probably get that done, I don't know, this Thanksgiving week. So maybe next week. And then the other one that I got is, I don't usually grab books like this. My button's broken. But it is called Come Back to Me, which I usually would read something like this on Kindle, but I got through almost the whole description. I got down to like the last sentence. It was like, oh, I gotta buy this book. But yeah, Come Back to Me by Mila Gray. I don't know if you can see it. There it goes. So I'll just read this one to you too. It says, at 11, Jessa first met Kit Ryan. At 14, her crush began, and now she's fallen in love. Alright. A fellow Marine like her brother Riley, Kit is off limits, and Jessa knows better than to give in to her feelings for her brother's best friend. But when Kit arrives home on leave for the summer, Jessa can't help but sense a change in him. He's talking to her differently, looking at her differently, and touching her differently. Kit's tired of hiding his feelings for Jessa, the one girl he can't have and the one girl he wants, the one girl he needs. Risking everything, the two decide to act upon their mutual attraction and embark on a summer romance that eventually blossoms into love. It's wonderful, it's magical, it's perfect, until Kit redeploys. Neither Kit nor Jessa are ready to say goodbye. Instead, they make promises to each other. Jessa will wait for Kit no matter how long it takes, and Kit will come back to her. But something more than distance and time plans to rip them apart as Jessa learns that someone she loves is killed. Oh, someone that she loves is dead. My bad. Killed overseas. All Jessa can do is wait to hear the name of the loved one she's lost. Her brother or her boyfriend, Kit or Ryan. Like, that was the part that I was like, oh yeah, something like a cute, like, kind of like a Dear John kind of thing. But then you get to that last little hook there, like, which one is dead? Is it her brother or her boyfriend? And then you're like, well, what if it is her boyfriend? Then, of course, you're upset because of that. But then, what if, no, it's not her boyfriend, it's her brother? And so then you're like, oh, okay. I kind of wish it was you. Like, I don't even know where to start with that, but I'm really excited to read this. And when I finish it, I will let you know. If you want to follow what I am reading and what I am rating things, I'm not big on reviewing because, like I said, I'm really bad at describing things. So if I post a review, then even now, like, I really loved that book if I wrote a review. But I always will rate what I've read, and I always put on Goodreads what I am reading then. So if you're interested in that, follow me on Goodreads. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like this video. Be on the lookout for more. Let me know what you're currently reading. What should I pick up? I've got a whole slew of things over there. I don't know if you can see all of them. That's just a bit of the to be read pile that I as I just told on myself, added to by going to Target when I didn't need more books, but then I bought more books because who doesn't want more books? So yeah, tell me what else I should go and blow my paychecks on, and that's it.